My name is Jerome Lawrence, and I'm Assistant Chief Pilot based in New York, LaGuardia. I've been employed at Republic 3.5 years. Being a pilot, it's always been a dream, and it's amazing that I'm here. Usually I try to work about 3 flights out of the day. End my workday probably about 3 p.m. That way I get enough time to go get food, get some time to unwind a little bit, and start the next day probably at 6 a.m. in the morning. Aviation is a wonderful industry to be in. I was hired originally as a first officer, of course, and then I became a captain eventually, and then now I've progressed to become an assistant chief pilot. So Republic does allow you to grow in any manner that you do want. They give you that opportunity to elevate yourself. My family sacrificed everything that they had to get me to this point, so I'm now able to give back to my family in a manner that my mom always dreamt of going to Paris. She always wanted to go see the Eiffel Tower, and I was able to take her last year. Our co-chair partners are American, United, and Delta, so we do have priority on all 3 airlines to travel to anywhere around the world. I would describe my relationship with my colleagues as a family. You don't see your cousins every day, but when you do see them, it's like you never missed a beat. Flying a jet is awesome, don't get me wrong, but I do enjoy the people more than anything else. That's what makes Republic different from everyone else, is the culture that we have established here. Republic is a great and amazing airline. It's growing. The people, the destinations, the route, the aircraft that we fly, everything comes together to make a wonderful airline. And I would recommend Republic to anyone.